Hello. Hello. I'm gonna assume that everything is working fine. Oh, hello, Princess Amelia. Just a second, I'm just taking stuff off of things and things. It's me. I'm real. Yeah, I don't know. I figured, like, maybe I'd like appear in person once in a while. If this doesn't work, I'll just go back to YouTubing. But yeah, you know.
Melanie has a face.
I do have a face. You better get used to this face, because it's gonna be the 31st best Digimon player in the country. Yo. Anyway, I poured coffee out of my grandma's cantina, which is very nice. It's a brass number. I've got my coffee in my Dr. mug. Now, as nice to see the emote wool is working. I'm sure you'll test that with butts at some point. Madhog had a thing tonight that he wanted to do, where he was gonna do like a tier list of all the Monster Hunter games. So, I guess we'll do that. But in the meantime, let's do some Digimon. Now, Nationals are in about a month. They're about a month away. It's gonna be in Glasgow. It's gonna be a long drive. It's gonna be a long day. But I think I've put together a pretty good deck, and it wins most matchups. So until Madhog is ready, let me just make sure that Discord is open and I'm watching that. Yeah, okay. So when he's ready, you can just jump in. This is a garbage hand. We don't keep this hand. This is a slightly better hand. It's not amazing, but and we've got a line. We've got 3, we've got a 4, we've got a 5, and an ace. Just in case things go wrong. But I think we can start building from this. We're going first, which gives us a head start. That's a nicer 5 to see. Let's do a little bit of search power, see if we can't find our combo pieces. Neither of those are our combo pieces, so we're probably going to take Taiga. He's going to be more used to his early game. The only reason that the big guy, the level 7, is in there is literally just to reset our deck so we don't deck out. Because we're going to be drawing a lot of cards when this engine gets online. By golly. Hopefully this isn't weird, me being all real and stuff. You know, I just kept thinking to myself, this is gonna be so weird. Okay, they're playing Pyramid Mon. Okay, I know what they play. Probably end reading. Ooh, I think we probably climb the line. Really want that. But they don't have anything, so they're missing a rookie. Good for us. Yeah, we probably play Taiga and make our next Digivolution on our next turn free. How's the sound and everything? Does it sound okay? I still feel really self-conscious about my face, so tell me nice things. This is why I did VTubing. I didn't want to be in front of the camera. Because I was scared.
The sound seems alright.
You know what? I think they're playing the Tamer game. We respond by playing the Tamer game as well. Now hopefully they push up something that we can just de-digivolve straight away. Basically, we have the ability to digivolve into Rapamon without paying anything. We've got a reduction on field here, and we've got 2 reductions here. You know, it all depends on what they play. We've not seen our combo pieces yet, which is a little frustrating. See you in an hour or so. Ah, yeah, we got an hour. We got an hour before Madhog's gonna do his thing. But basically, I think what he was doing was he was gonna basically take all the monster hunting, capturing games and stuff and put it on like a tier list thing. So that'll be interesting to see. Golly, they're doing something with their turn. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Melody.
It is a melody. Hi, Mute Automaton. You've actually seen my face before, so this isn't a shock for you. Speaking of, it's Nationals practice, which is in Glasgow again. I am going to have to speak to you about maybe organizing a place to stay.
It's a nice surprise.
Hi, Madhog. Yes, Melly isn't the VTuber today. Let's just get it out of our system, and we'll continue. Like, it's not. She has hands. That's the thing.
Me, Melly. I'll be on in an hour or less.
I will message you. Do I have your Twitter meet, or do I have Discord? Actually, I think I've got your. You can send me a text. I think I've got your.
No,
She-tuber. Oh gosh. Okay, let's move out. We need to start doing something. So I reckon let's digivolve here. Let's reduce it by 2 as we can. At least our thing can't be deleted. Oh, that's not what we needed. Okay, but we can de-digivolve this. And then... gee, Rick. Honestly, I don't know. Like, we're still missing a lot of our pieces. Well, this dingus can't be deleted. That's its on-play effect, which is neat, right? Because I've got a green tamer. So, I think possibly the best thing to do here is... I want to say search. We could end up bottom decking our pieces that we need. But then we have more search next turn. Okay, let's see what happens. I bet we bottom deck all 3 cards. What do you reckon? Well, that's one of them. But we were kind of expecting it. That's not so bad. That thins out our deck, and that means that we're closer. We're closer to getting our pieces. Plus, we didn't use the option card, so we've still got like a reduction on board, ready to go, and they have to build up again. They've got their own reduction. I see. They're something of a Digivolution reduction person themselves. Okay. Turn now. Right, okay, we really need to start seeing some of our pieces. So, risky thing that we're gonna do here is we're gonna pop that to digital into a level 4. Even though we really want to use it on the top end. And then we search, and either we're gonna find a rookie, which is good for us, or we're gonna find that top end there, which is pretty good too. We didn't find a rookie, so it has to be Maddie the Gallant that we go for. That does have a Digivolution thing. Does it have fragment on deletion? Field 3, and you may play 1 5 cost or less. Trash the rest. So that's a bit of a gamble. That is a bit of a gamble. Let's see if we... Oh, we've drawn a rookie. I forgot. We've got so we've got the inheritable as well. When when one of our Digimon suspends, we get to draw 1, which is neat because it means that we can keep drawing. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. It's kind of using up one of our things, but that's okay. We're gonna Digizord just to get another draw in the hopes we draw the thing that we really actually want. So we don't need to use that because it's free. I'm not gonna use that because it's free. That's still not what we wanted. Where are my level 5s, gosh darn it. Okay. Well, let's digivolve here, and we can reduce it by 2 and keep turn and see what we draw. I mean, we can also pop that, so whatever they play, that should be fine. Okay, that's still not what we wanted. Why are we not seeing our pieces in this game? Okay, so we delete this. That's all cool. And then they're gonna play something. But when they play something, I should be able to trigger my thing because it's when a Digimon is played and a Digimon hasn't been played, it was just digivolving. So look, this guy, he says, when all turns when Digimon are played, you may activate one of the following digivolving effects. Because we didn't activate it by playing, this is gonna activate again as soon as they play it. Yeah, so we can delete it again. So you can play that? No, you can't. It goes away. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Gotsumon. You're gone. Boom. Okay. Okay. See, now we've got time. We've got time to get to our ring con. And we've got an ace in hand. You know, if they swing in, we've got level 5. That's hidden potential discovered. That's a really good card. That's a bonkers card. That makes pretty much any Digivolution free just by suspending a Digimon. It is limited. In fact, I run 3 limited cards in this deck. Oh, the Digivolving! Oh! Yeah, that's kind of... I would kind of expect it. You know, that is risky because they've got an ace on board, so if I can deal with that, you know? Right, okay, so that's gonna reduce by 1, and then I can reduce by 2. I can't digivolve, which is annoying. I could digivolve into Cherubimon. Maybe I use Taiga, suspend this, and the next Digivolution plus 3 less. Yeah, I think I actually do that. Okay, we're gonna go a slightly different way. I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna suspend Togemon. Play out the Taiga. Now we have a reduction of 3. Also plus another 1 because of the Palmon in the deck. Of Argomon, this Viney boy over here. So this is not how this deck is played. But we digivolve here for 3, reduce it by 3. Oh, does this have any sneaky on deletion effects? No, it doesn't. Cool, cool. This is literally 0 risk. We get rid of it and we gain a bunch of memory. And now we've got an alliance girl. Hey! They literally conceded.
It's free real estate.
It's free real estate. That's what I'm gonna call this deck. That's cause yeah, you're playing something for free, basically. That's the whole idea of it, is cheating out stuff, cheating up the line. So I'm just gonna call it, when I go to nationals, I'm gonna call this deck free real estate. It's free real estate. Yes. Going second, but if we didn't draw anything, then we're literally doing nothing. So we're probably mulligan. And we're still doing nothing. That's practically the same hand. Thank you, Digimon app. So, what do you think of the new chat layout? You like it? You think it's cool? I think it's pretty cool. I don't know what you guys think. Probably secretly
It's
judging
pretty
me.
good.
Oh, you thinking, yeah, Melly, you ruined it. You were so much better before. That's real thinking. I know. Okay. Let's see, what do we do? What do we do? Maybe play out a Pokemon? That's the best we can do. Hope it survives, but we digivolve into something bigger. Next turn, become a bit scarier. You know? Oh. It might survive, actually. It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay. I wish I had drawn that. I wish I hadn't been there. But you know what? That's what Green Scramble's there for, baby. Maybe we hit a Green Scramble later on. We pull that back from trash. Setting me to 1 as if that matters to me. When I have Digisorption, yo. Okay. Digivolution costs. Where we go? We don't need Digivolution costs. Okay, we're gonna Digivolve here. Cool. Oh, sorry, that's my blinds. That really spooked me. Okay. Let's Digivolve here. You know what? We might actually pull out our combo after all. Let's Digivolve into Leopardmon. So now would be the time. So when they do their big digi-cross here, that's gonna have to be when I activate this ability to pop up. What's the effect here? Ooh, that's gonna kill my thing. I'm pretty sure it's gonna kill Gallant before he can use his effect. Can they digicraft? Do they have all the pieces? I suppose it's not that hard. I think they've got all the pieces. I think this is just an unlucky matchup, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Their on play goes up for me. Oh! Oh, yes! We'll use that. Suspend. I can only delete that. That is okay with me. Cool. Oh, he managed to survive just. The next turn we go into Quartz. It's so not the best pool, but at least we managed to lock down this body. Yeah, because it's got deletion when attacking trigger as well. Plus, you know, that means that most of their cards, I think, are underneath this. Unless they can digicross to try and get rid of Gallant, which they're probably gonna do, just in retaliation. Oh no, they didn't have it! Right, okay, so they're doing a search instead. Okay, that's good. That's good for us. That means we can go into Quartz. Hopefully. Wait, how many? 1, 2, 3. We're gonna be at 1, running in 3. Maybe we try HP. Maybe. No. Can save 4 of its material. Maybe I could beat Digital. Is that the correct play? Probably just lock. Oh, I don't know. What it's up to you, chat. What do you think? Do we de-digital then pop it, or do we just lock down the entire board? This one, they're not going to get a lot of memory. Yeah, you need to suspend it. So I think that's correct. Yeah, let's do it. Right, that means that they can't cheat out things for digicrosses. And in theory, we just want to keep that big guy on their side of the board, but just nice and suspended, nice and horizontal, where it can't do any damage to us, the heroes of the story. Oh, I finished my pip gal. That. Oh my goodness! They surrendered? Okay, I guess we win. I had nothing. I'm so glad that they didn't do anything. But yeah, look. Here, Alibaba, and it's very nice. Touch screen, wear it on your wrist. Very stylish.
You bluffed him.
I did. I bluffed him. That's what I need to do. When I go to Glasgow. But yeah, that's ta-da. It has a hinge here. So you can put your arm into the death machine, a battery back here, and a Raspberry Pi
Wow.
chip there. Thank you. And yeah, it's pretty good. I can connect Bluetooth stuff to it. Right? And it's very. Whee! Oh my goodness, it's so hot in here. Right, how are we doing for time? It's 1:30. I'm gonna go for a quick bathroom break. Very quickly, just to show you that it is in fact working. Look, there's the cursor. I can move it around and everything. It's not just for show, you know. And the desktop, yeah. Just there. So it's a little mini wrist-mounted computer, not a smartwatch. Smartwatches are dinguses. They're little. They might as well be calculators. Yeah, you want a tiny PC on your wrist, running Linux, baby. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go on a bathroom break. I will see you in a little. Oh no, that's not it. That one? No, that's the same one. This one. Okay, we'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves and you'll keep yourselves entertained. Okay, I'm back. Wait, you were supposed to keep yourselves entertained. What happened? You guys are all being quiet in the chat and just not. That's not what I'm about, yo. How long have we got? We've got like 20 minutes before Madhog shows up. Okay. I did make a classroom set and everything for him when he arrives, I guess. So I guess he'll be pretty good. Okay, right. Okay, let's do this thing.
Actually,
Yeah.
in here.
Oh, hi. Oh, I guess I'll pull you into the chat. Okay, I'm in the server if you want to hop in. Wow. Don't be too loud now. And chat, you let me know if Madhog is too loud. Oh, are you just chilling, Madhog? Yes, okay, cool. I got it. And we can scramble for nothing, but just so that we have it on field, so that we can return our boy that's in our hand anytime we want. This one right here. Madhog, what did you think of the new setup? Do you like it? Do you not?
Hello?
Hi, hello. Can you hear me? I can hear you. Madhog?
Okay. Okay, so hold on a second. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah? Chat, let me know if Madhog's on the low side.
Apparent, I
Well,
might be.
We'll
Let
just
me
do
see.
some testing and we'll see.
Oh yes, I'm very quiet.
Oh, okay, I can turn you up then.
Madhog is quiet.
Try that, Madhog?
Madog is quiet. We can't have that.
Let me know when he's at a good volume. Does he need to be louder or quieter? Because it's new streaming setup, so I want to get the levels right.
I think it should be fine now.
Princess Amelia? You are the stream boss, so... Oh! Oh, Jiminy! Ah!
That's good.
Okay,
Oh, oh.
so here we are.
So they've just put us to 8 memory, so let's have some fun. Never, ever put a green player to 8 memory. Okay, honestly, do we just hard play the on deletion? You may return one.
Okay. So it appears I have made a mistake. I made myself confused with the time zones. I said we were starting at 7 p.m. UK time. I meant 8 p.m. UK time, which is 9 p.m. in my time. But I mean,
wait,
that is to
what?
say approximately the time in which I would start the presentation.
What time is that? Wait, what time is it in my time that you would want to start?
So as I was saying, I posted earlier in the week that I was going to do the presentation that I had planned at 7 p.m. UK time. I meant to say 8 p.m. UK time, which is 9 p.m.
Yeah,
in my time. I made a mistake. I got confused with the time zones.
Hi.
By the way, Melody, you said you have a new setup, right?
Yeah,
Do you have a new microphone as well?
I do not, but I've got it placed in a better place.
Okay. Did the settings change with the microphone? Because you seem quieter than usual.
Oh.
Slightly distant.
Yeah, I could change those settings.
I mean, on stream you seem fine, but just in the communication between
right,
you and
right.
I on Discord.
I see.
Because I maxed out everything, but you still seem distant.
fucking boy. Okay. Let's. Actually, let's do this. Use this. It only costs 1. And then let's suspend this. And then we're gonna digivolve here. Put them to 2. Use this. Play this out. And that's gonna be quite a bit, but we're gonna suspend these 2 to reduce it. It only costs 4. It's gonna set them to 5. But then I can game blocker. And I can use this, and I will delete this. Cool. And then let's use Vortex and swing into Pokemon. Plus we've got a couple more medieval gallants, even if that, yeah. Wherever they play, I think we counter this, Madhog. I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, I was just saying, I made a- Ah, they've got medieval gallant too! Ah! Scary! They're not that scary.
Okay.
Medieval gallant is, he's a pretty big deal at the minute. Ooh, are they gonna vortex though? They're not. I figured they went. Yeah, let's not use that. Let's push this out. And then I think we use the scramble. Oh. No, let's play out a tiger. Use this here. Let's suspend this boy. We can get some card draw on the go. And let's hope that we find Leprechaunix antibody. There it is. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, if we digivolve first, I believe my deletion effect goes off before his. So... Oh no, I don't need to use any reductions either. Oh, we've got this showing to big. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna play out Medieval Gallant 1. And it would be for 4, but we're gonna suspend these 2 here. And it's free real estate. And it's free real estate, baby. So we're gonna delete their Medieval Gallant 1 with our Medieval Gallant 1. And we're still on 6 memory. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's return that to hand. Okay, now, I guess we just have some fun. I think. Let's, play this.
Fun? Not allowed. Prohibited. Against the law. You can't have fun.
Now let's do this smartly. We'll do an agility training here. What was it? Potential discovered. Let's add that to hand. Why not? Can we make them rage quit? Can we make them rage quit? It'd be funny.
Can we induce a gamer reaction?
I think we can, you know. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so we're gonna hit potential discovered here. Yeah, we induce a rage quit. They literally quit. As soon as they start HPD, they're like, nah. Oh,
Nothing to be unexpected from the country's 37th best Digimon
36th.
card game player.
36th actually, I believe. I'm not sure what happened. I think someone maybe got a DQ or something, but I'm now the 36th best goddamn Digimon player in the country, I think.
You got promoted.
I'm slowly killing off everybody
Congratulations.
who came ahead of me. Oh, we've got time for one more game, but we're undefeated so far. We've had four games that are undefeated. Unless you really want to start, we can start.
I mean, well, actually, I would like to do some testing with you.
Okay.
If you don't mind,
well,
before we do the presentation, because I'm going to attempt something different for tonight's presentation, and I need to see if it works fine.
Well, I did have a classroom set up.
That's nice. That's actually very nice. I love it. But what I wanted to test, let me just. I am going to do the screen sharing this time around.
Okay.
So let's see. Okay. So I'm sharing this with you. Can you see it?
I'm looking. Hang on.
Hello?
Yes, I can see it. I can see it.
Okay, if I do this...
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work. Okay. If I do this, do you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. Would you like me to
describe the images to me, please?
Is Theresa May with purple lips and a Viking.
Okay, cool. And now?
This is My Little Pony. I feel like this is a weird psychological test that I am ill prepared for. Dwellers and...
And now?
Cheap path. Dwellers and... It's the wrinkle. The wolf and the rabbit. Russian. Lands of Lore.
Okay, it works. Awesome. Fantastic.
Would you like me to
I am going to do... Don't worry, it's not a psychological test of any kind, but basically what's going to happen is that I'm going to do a slideshow presentation.
Actually, that works for my new stream. Hang on. Give me a second. Let me rearrange stuff. What am I doing? I want to do game capture. Can I capture Discord? No, it's not. Okay, that's not that. Let's do a window capture. Where's window capture? There it is. Okay. That. Oh, yeah, I think I've got it. I've got it. Let me just move this to the bottom. Here. And if I turn off this, then I just need to crop. I'm guessing you don't want the tools on there. Oh, I'll just get the viewing window.
Oh, let me see what you're up to.
Sure.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. That's. Yes. Focus mostly on the image, but if you, it doesn't matter if you capture some of the white framing around it. Don't worry. That is chat. Chat. That is a.
Digimon are the champions.
That is 100% an accurate portrait of Madhog. That is to say, me. That's me in real life. Don't worry about it. Don't need to fact check me. Trust me.
So we're doing this. Then let me see your presentation. And also, who's the guy? I don't know. But Madhog, the guy's holding up Madhog in his hand. So you can see Madhog there. He's all silvery and has the pearls on. Being held up by some
No.
random guy.
No, the guy is supposed to be me, and I'm holding a platinum Nomemon. But and I don't know if you I don't know if you are recognizing the background for this particular picture.
It's from Space Odyssey 1999 or whatever.
It's
when he
2001, but close enough.
Where he goes through the thing and then he sees himself as an old person and then he becomes a space baby. And then the movie just sort of ends.
That's me.
I don't know why that movie got so much praise. That ending was rubbish. Anyway.
Melody, let's not... okay.
No, objectively. No, I get in the book it explains it more and stuff, but if you are just watching the film to enjoy the film, that is some insane nonsense. That is like a drug-fueled acid trip. And then the movie just ends. Clearly
it is a metaphor for the cycle of life, birth, life, death,
no,
and
that
rebirth,
isn't communicated.
Which is
it's not communicated accurately in the movie.
It's in parallel. It's parallel with what was the cycle of humanity as a whole. That evolution, that life and death. It's there. It's all there. I don't know what you're talking about, Melody.
It's not. Anyway, continue. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. I'm getting myself comfortable. Actually, I might grab a hot.
Are you going to add a Numemon avatar on the screen,
trying, but I can't seem to find it. Hang on. Usually.
Well, we don't need him. We don't need him. It's not necessary.
There should be a browser.
Okay.
Somewhere in here. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find it. Neat. I think it's supposed to be this, but I don't think it's working at the moment. Let me try something here. No.
I think you're accidentally destroying your UI.
No, it's because I changed the resolution, and so like for some reason I wasn't in 1080 for some reason, but now I am, so that's all good. Okay, show me what you got, Madhog. Blow my mind. So you want a job? You want a job in real estate? Let's hear your proposal. What's this? You got something about Digimon or something? I'm all ears. How does this relate to realty? Go on.
Okay then. So.
I'm just gonna get a
creature
I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for you then.
Wait. No, damn it. That's not the right. There we go.
Okay. Okay then. So, chat, as I have threatened you over and over again over the course of the last few weeks, I am going to hold a presentation, or I should say multiple presentations. I'm going to divide this entire thing that I am doing into several episodes for both my sake and the sake of everybody else, including our host Melody, who was so generous enough to consider platform to me and my own needs. And once she's back, we're going to do a proper presentation, a proper introduction, I should say, to what we are about to witness tonight, which, as I've hinted before, it is mostly a slideshow with commentary on it, but there is a theme. The theme would be a certain category of video games.
Digimon an instrument.
A certain rabbit hole that I found myself stumbling upon and I have not been able to climb out of it ever since. You know how it goes.
Mandy! Mandy, 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 Mandy! Hi.
Okay.
A rabbit in hole.
Before we start, Melody, can I ask you a couple of
Terriermonville.
things?
No, Terriermon's a dog. Yes, go on.
Okay, if you're playing music, can you kill the music, please?
But then it's gonna be all quiet and awkward. You don't believe me? It's gonna watch. Yeah.
I need it quiet.
Its music gives you life.
It's
Yeah.
important. And also,
Now
could
we
you
sound like we're
Give life back to music.
now
Yes.
now it sounds like we're in some sort of
Done
horror,
punk.
right? Yeah.
Good.
Better,
Good. Now you
That's
can
right,
live in
Mandy.
my world.
Yeah.
Also, can you change the category from Digimon to just talking?
That I was
So that-
wondering. I
that-
was wondering which category to like change it to. I wasn't sure
Daft
about that.
Punk
So we can
deserves
do
the
that.
word.
I
sure.
think just talking works fine enough. It's generic. It's generic
Yeah, we
enough,
got it,
non-threatening
we're all
enough,
good.
I suppose. And also, can you kill the TTS?
Oh no, that's going a bit far. But okay.
I know, but thank
That's
you,
personal.
because
Dash.
that's
not-
personal. That's a personal attack to
I'm
all
sorry,
of your fan
chat.
base.
I'm so sorry. I
We
know
can-
the humanity. He's taken away your voice. Never forget this. Never forget what he's done on this day. That we will call our new Independence Day. And from time immemorial, yada yada yada.
Can you?
Fourscore
Okay.
and since and we and oh the Wiggles too, and that's the thing of it, and it's good. And that was my rousing,
Okay.
inspirational speech.
Thank you, Guy Fo. Anyway.
Girl force.
Okay, in your case, girl Fo, I'll make
Yeah,
an
we're
exception.
doing a reboot. We're doing a reboot. And it's gonna be it's basically what the men did before, but with a women cast. A lot of people are telling us
Sure.
that we should probably just do our own thing, and if we're copying the guys, then that doesn't like why because we're funny then. So what? But why are you just doing what they did? Like, should we do our own thing? But no.
Well, here's the thing.
because
No, you can't,
we-
because if you try, you'll never get made.
Well,
actually.
that's the thing, because people just want reboots. So if anything, it's your own fault, and I've forgotten what I was talking. Girl folks, that was it.
Okay,
Anyway.
let's bring the ship back into the port.
Yeah.
And let's begin this.
We riots take
Let's-
back from the conglomerates.
Let
do-
us begin this.
Okay, I will.
Actually, before I start, do you have any questions
I do.
before I start? Okay, let's get them over with so that then we can just proceed more
Well,
in
my-
a more expedite manner.
My questions are twofold. Number one, I forget.
Yes.
Number two,
Okay.
yeah. If now that I'm doing face cams, so like stuff, I feel like, you know, I could start a political revolution. I could get all political about it. Political streamers, they ain't VTubers. They're live action people. So I feel that we need to form a milk forward revolution, right? None of this milk backward nonsense anymore. Second question. That's not really a question. I need to go get my hot chocolates. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, Melody. It's a good thing I asked. Chat, are you admiring my self-portrait? Is it everything you've ever wished for? You can answer, but I cannot read you, so you could be saying anything and I would not be the wiser.
Okay, I'm back.
Dun-dee-dun.
But we could have like debates and everything. Like, hey, I bet you believe in something. You better defend that belief.
Okay. I'm going to start now.
Okay.
Right. Creature collector video games.
It's more than we bargained for, yeah. Sorry, that was my last interruption. Just I couldn't help myself. Need to tell until I
Thank you.
started saying things in the chat and I. Right. Okay. Sorry. If you want to start again, I'll. Right. Okay. We're
Take
good.
two.
Mm-hmm.
Creature collector video games. Now, when you hear the term creature collecting or collecting creatures or monsters or what have you, the first thing that might pop into your brain would be
Digimon.
Pokemon
No.
or
Uh.
Digimon
Oh well.
or a game like Pokemon. More for the most people that live in the world, you would have a game like Pokemon in your mind. You capture a monster, it fights for you in a turn based RPG sort of environment. And that's usually what has been the mainstream definition of a monster collecting video game.
Yeah, they pretty
But the
much set the
truth of the
bar.
matter is a lot more interesting and a lot more nuanced, as I found out personally, because
Cable
as it
man.
turns out,
Cable man.
yes,
We see you. We recognize you. We know that you exist. We know the Monster Ranch crowd exists. We just choose to ignore you because
okay.
Sony just wasn't going to get on the scene. I don't think the Madhog has even included Monster Rancher in his talk. Have you included Monster Rancher?
No,
Well, there we go. So basically, your franchise is void. I'm sorry, I loved it too, but it's just what it is. Okay, continue, Madhog.
can I continue? Thank you.
Yes.
So, can we? Okay, so Can we actually designate moments in which we acknowledge chat?
I
And
mean,
maybe
sure, but like, I mean, I don't know. Don't you want it to be a back and forth? Because otherwise, it's
no,
just
okay. That's the point of a presentation, right? You have questions at the end, but
right. But then,
but okay,
like, why not just make a video and then like it?
you will see why.
Okay,
Okay,
okay. I'll trust
so
you. I'll trust you.
the category of the creature collector is a lot more varied and nuanced than what you would imagine it to be, because there aren't, not just because there are more games out there that aren't Pokemon was not the first one of its kind, and it's definitely not going to be the only one for that matter, but also because it covers a lot more genres when it comes to its application to a video ludic setting. You don't just get turn based RPGs. In fact, sometimes you don't even get RPGs at all. And my goal here for this presentation is to showcase and perhaps also accidentally celebrate this kind of gaming, this kind of category, this, let's call it fluid category, because yes, much like genre, monster, because yes, much like gender, creature collecting is fluid. It
It's a
does not
spectrum.
belong to, that was a clever line, you have to admit. It does not belong to a simple genre. It does not belong to a single genre, and it does not belong to a single brand. There are many games in which you capture monsters or recruit them or you befriend them, or however term you would use for that particular game. And as long as that is something that you do, as long as you collect a ton of monsters, that will constitute a creature collecting video game. And and such, if you put if you put all of the games that I want to talk about under this particular umbrella, you would realize that there are a lot more games like this out there than what you would know what to do with them. It is
Okay.
I I have I have played a bunch of those games over the years. In fact, going back in time to close to 20 years ago, several games I played when I was much younger turned out retroactively to be creature collecting video games, which made my list of games that I played much higher than I first imagined.
Sure.
As and so here's what's going and so here's what I did. I took all those games and I ranked them from
Cool.
worst to best.
Neat.
Now, it's not a very big list, mind you,
Mm.
and you have to understand that it is not a very big list for now, but it is beefy enough to warrant a conversation or indeed a presentation. And you also have to understand that my list is in no way a definitive one. This comes with the understated understanding that more games will be added in the future, and perhaps some of the games I played already will be reevaluated and occupy different positions in the list, and so on and so forth. This is merely a presentation, a state of affair to where we are now in this particular moment in time, the games that I have played, and how I have ranked them. So, without any further ado, welcome to Madhog Thy Masters
Thigh master.
Super Duper Awesome Tacular Creature Collector Games Ranking Presentation. Prologue.
Okay.
So, okay, so as I was making this list, I realized that I've I realized that there were some games that, for one reason or another, could not make it into the ranking. But I think, but I think that they still deserved to be discussed and acknowledged and talked about. Hence why what we are actually doing today is not the real ranking system. That will be for next time. Today we are doing a shorter prologue of sorts, a special mention section. Mostly I decided to structure the whole project like this because I needed an excuse to test out if this format works for stream. Hence why we are beginning with the special mentions.
Okay.
Okay. Before I actually begin with the special mentions, are there any questions? Any
No.
clarifications?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Chat?
Yes. Mandy has a question.
Okay. Fire away. Hello?
Is this a catered event? 'Cause
What?
Mandy is hungry. Will you be
It
providing
is.
food?
Food will be provided at the end of the presentation. Okay. So this presentation, I planned
Oh,
it to
wait,
be
wait, wait.
about an
Hang on.
hour long.
Cable Man has a question as well.
Yes,
Will there be juice boxes and snacks?
sure.
Although you said it was going to be at the end of the presentation.
Okay. Now, I mentioned
What?
Pokemon,
Hang
and
on.
I've also mentioned. Yes?
Um. Oh, Mandy followed. What? Did you follow? Wait, why didn't I get a notification? I should have gotten one. Oh, follow up question, I think. Will there be mentions of Charizard at all?
If you wanted to, I can make an exception. Okay.
Mandy's
So,
also has one more question. She says that she's been
Yes,
following for like a year, and
that's not a question.
Princess Amelia is filling the box with emojis. So.
Okay. So we'll have further questions down the line, but for now, let's begin with this presentation. And I hope,
Okay. Oh,
and I hope
Mandy
you,
has another
yes.
question. She would really like to use the bathroom.
What?
Mandy would really like to use the bathroom.
Then go to the bathroom. Why do you need permission?
You shouldn't have asked.
Okay.
You shouldn't have asked if chat had any questions. You knew they'd do something like this.
I know, but okay, and this is the end of the, because I don't want
No
this
more
to be
questions.
just exclusive. No more questions for now. Later on, we'll have more questions. So now, I'm going to begin the presentation.
This is a
Speaking.
catered event, and I need to vacate some sandwich space.
Okay. Speaking of Pokemon and games that aren't like Pokemon, let us begin with the presentation, the special mentions portions of this ranking with this game.
You guys have questions. Just.
Pokemon Conquest for the Nintendo DS.
Okay. Who's that guy? He looks pretty cool.
That's
even though he's
that
a
is
Pokemon
that is historical figure. No, that is real life historical figure. Oda Nobunaga. Okay, this requires an explanation, obviously. So, you know the Pokemon Company, which is an amalgamation of Nintendo, Game Freak, and a third company that's just Nintendo in disguise again. Basically, Nintendo owns 3/3 of Pokemon, and it's 3/3 of the Pokemon Company, right? Now, in the picture enters Tecmo Koei, which most of you might know as the company responsible for Dynasty Warriors, which is its most longest running series. But they also have had another series, a series of tactical RPGs or strategy RPGs, if you will, much like Digimon Survive, which Melody is playing right now. And the title of the series was Nobunaga's Ambition.
I didn't know this game
It
existed
is
either, Princess Amelia.
Yes.
Oh no, Princess Amelia just saying that she didn't know that this game existed. I didn't either, to be honest.
Yes, that is why we are doing this presentation, to elucidate you and enlighten you about games you might have never heard about, such as Pokemon Conquest. Yes.
That thing to the left of him, that's a human, right? That's not just a very human.
No, that's a human wearing a mask of a demon. Okay, so Nobunaga's Ambition is a long-running Japanese exclusive tactical RPG franchise based, which much like some spin-off games of Dynasty Warriors, is set during the Sengoku period of Japan, the warring feudal Japan, as it were. And the central figure of that entire era is Oda Nobunaga, which is the guy who led a war to unify Japan under one banner. It is one of the most romanticized figures in Japanese history. Depending on who you ask, is either seen as a cool anti-hero badass or the devil himself. There's barely any nuance in between those two extremes. So naturally, somebody thought that this particular historical fiction game series was a perfect fit for Pokemon. Hence, we have Pokemon Conquest.
Okay. Well,
this is a weird game that exists. This is from a time in which Pokemon was still experimenting with spin-offs and weird ideas. A time in which they weren't the unbeatable powerhouse and monopoly that they are today, so they felt the need to actually try things anew. It was a time in which they were trying in general. And the end result is often interesting if forgettable. Such is the case with Pokemon Conquest. The reason why I have not included this game into my ranking is because I played this game so long ago that I
Mm,
have completely forgotten about it. In fact, that's not even fair to say that. I forgot about this game as soon as I finished it. There was nothing about it that had any meat or that could hold my interest in any meaningful way. And once again, it's been too long and I cannot judge it fairly. This is why I am not going to add it to the finished ranking.
okay.
But yes, it's a tactical RPG, and if you played one, you know how that works. But it has Pokemon in it, which means you are capturing, which means you are fighting Pokemon units on the map with other Pokemon units, and you are capturing Pokemon units on said map to fight for you. Pokemon evolution works as it normally does, and I think the only Pokemon represented here are from the Kanto region, which makes sense because it's feudal Japan.
Okay.
And I don't have much else to, and I really do not have much else to say about it other than this game exists and I played it.
Cool. What's
That's
the next one?
Pokemon Conquest for the Nintendo DS. It was released in 2012. Now, let's get to the next one, which is a much more recent addition. This is Bot World Odyssey. It was released last year. On Steam, it was developed and published by Featherweight Games.
Neat.
Now, this game. hmm. Okay, so Melody, you played Digimon World, right?
Yes.
So this is nothing like Digimon World, except for the combat system, which is reminiscent of it, in the sense that the monsters fight on their own, but you can interact with the combat itself, not by issuing commands, but by using items in an effort to aid your monsters. The combat is tedious. It gets old very fast and repetitious, and the way the game is structured, it doesn't really matter that you fight a lot of battles because that is not the real way in which you progress. Because here's what kills Bot World Odyssey for me. Actually, let me start from the beginning because the setting is that we have a world full of anthropomorphic animals.
Mm-hmm.
They are not the monsters to capture, they are the de facto humanity of that world. The
Right.
monsters are mini robots that you build for yourselves and you have them fight other robots. And if you want to recruit new robots, you have, first of all, you must find the blueprints for the robots, you must find the parts that you need to build a robot. And then, if you want the robot to grow and evolve, you need to find other newer parts to add to it. And before you know it, it becomes tedious, it, tedious goose chase to find the proper materials, which become more and more and more as time goes on, as your robot needs to be stronger. And as I was saying, what kills this game for me, it's because in spite of it being a retail game that you buy once and never again, it is very obviously structured like a gosh darn free to play video game with predatory mechanics, hours and hours of grinding, several different currencies to keep in mind, several different things to collect and be mindful of at any given point in time, a combat system that's just tedious and you want to actually start to avoid, but you cannot avoid it because every single enemy on the map will start chasing you as soon as they see you coming. So the vast majority of the game becomes a stealth sneaking game where you try to actually actively avoid having to fight anybody, because in most cases it's a waste of time and it is a waste of your resources, because you the more enemies your robots fight, the less energy total they have, and when the energy runs out, you are left with no choice but to go back to base. So it, several hundreds of handicaps and obtuse design choices that force you to slow down your progress at a crawl, at to a down to a crawl. And after 40 hours of doing this, I decided that I needed to stop doing this. I could not even look at it anymore. The reason why this is not going to figure into the ranking is because I never finished it. And at least finishing a game is the base requirement for that ranking to exist. That is my own self-professed rule. So yes, Bot World Odyssey. It seems cute, it seems inviting at first, but it gets old real fast and you do not want to have anything to do with it ever again.
Okay.
Okay. Now, let's jump into the next one, and I think some of you will know about the next one. Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch, by Level 5. I played this game on the PlayStation 3 in 2010. This made rounds back in the day for having an aesthetic that wasn't just inspired by Studio Ghibli, it had cutscenes actually animated by Studio Ghibli. That was a big deal. That at the time was considered a big deal for the aesthetic presentation of any given video game. Do you remember this one, Melody?
I don't think I ever. No, I never heard of Nino Kuni.
Anybody in chat, do you know about Ni no Kuni? Do you remember Ni no Kuni?
Mandy says, "Excuse me, I still haven't used the bathroom." Meets Automaton says, "It's true, I wasn't in that game at all. Wow, that sure is a game." And Cableman says, "We must unify Pallet Town and Viridian City."
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I think they are referring to the sequel, which I have never played. But let me tell you about Ni no Kuni. And actually, I'm going to be honest with you. This game is more of an excuse for me to talk about Level 5. Level 5 Studio is, for most people, better known as the people who made the Professor Layton games.
Ah,
Right?
yeah. That's how my stream started out as Professor Layton. So,
Yes, they
what do
were
you
the
think about
ones who
Team
made.
Rocket, sexy leather outfits, but they will steal your Bulbasaur? There's a question for you, Madhog.
That's not a question I can answer at any point in time and forever, but
Yeah, but sexy outfits, but they will steal your Bulbasaur. How do you feel about that?
what if I don't have a Bulbasaur?
Randy, what if they don't have a Bulbasaur? Counter question, counter claim. How do you respond?
Okay.
Well, I'm sure they'll. If you'd like to continue your presentation,
Yes.
Professor Numo, I like cheese as her counter response to your counter response. Okay, if you continue, please, Professor Newman.
Okay. So Level 5, most people will know it as the studio who made the Professor Layton games. No, that's not why I know of Level 5. Level 5 is my own personal nemesis. Ah, let me tell you briefly about my experiences with Level 5 games. There was Dark Cloud, there was its sequel, Dark Chronicle or Dark Cloud 2, and then there was Nino Kuni, and some other game that will not be mentioned at this point in time. And of all the games that I have just uttered, of all the games that I have just mentioned right now, I have finished none. I could not bring myself to I could not bring myself to finish these games. Level 5 is the kind of studio that admirably, somewhat admirably, they want to chase innovation at all costs. When they are out there making the games that they actually want to make, they try to reinvent the wheel of video gaming, period. You can't just have an action game with RPG elements. No, it has to be a completely redefined genre to the point that it is close to unplayable or exceptionally tedious with too many steps. They make games that are designed for their own sensibilities. They don't make games that most people will enjoy playing them. They make games for weirdos, and sadly, I am not enough of a weirdo yet to enjoy them. Let me tell you what the issue I have. Let me tell you what issue I have with Nino Kuni, what issue I used to have with Nino Kuni. It's Pokemon, but with 30 or so more steps to it. Because you capture a monster, you have the monster fight for you, but then you also have your character fight with the monsters. They switch turns, and then you also have party members who have to fight, and they all have their own monsters who also fight. So each turn of battle becomes several moves in between several party members and their monsters. And it's also not turn based, come to think of it. It's all action RPG. And it gets tedious. It gets very tedious. It gets boring to the point that I stopped playing it because it was not really grabbing me. And I think they were trying to come up with their own original idea for what a creature collecting video game could achieve and do. But they went about it in a manner that seemed counterintuitive at the time. Once again, too many steps to combat, too many gimmicks, too many shticks. Dark Cloud and its sequel, Dark Chronicle, were both action RPGs with randomly generated maps and also town simulators, town and urban life simulators. Several ingredients in this pot that were mixed together to the point that it becomes an undertaking, an incredible undertaking just to engage with these mechanics at the most basic level, because they aren't even just peripheral mechanics. Everything that you do in a level 5 game is something that you must engage 100% with. Otherwise, progress gets barred. Dark Cloud was almost pleasant. I managed to get to the very end, and then eh, I managed to get to the very end, and then the boss fight was so horribly designed and complete nonsense, completely adverse to anything else that the game taught me, that it was basically unplayable. And there was and before you say anything, I think there was an issue with the emulation in that game. the emulation for the PlayStation 4, that is, because the boss was moving 10 times faster than my character could ever possibly move, because it's a game from the first year of the PlayStation 2. So I cannot even begin to tell you. So essentially, Ni no Kuni was a first attempt by Level 5 to make their own version of Pokemon. It was very ambitious and it could have been great, but it was missing something. It was tedious. It was unpleasant in many ways. It was dull. It will not be their last attempt at making a Pokemon game, but let's just say that that particular subject will be reserved for the official ranking, because that is a game that I have actually finished and I have so many opinions about it.
Opinions.
So many opinions, but
Next game.
for yes, let's just skip to the next game. Now, the next game is me paying lip service to you, Melody.
Huh? Oh, it's Bomberman Tournament. It's pretty good
Okay,
game.
so I'm going to be honest here. I have not played this game. In fact, I've not even heard about this game up until you
game.
brought it up.
We should play
So this is
Bomberman
actually
Tournament.
me. This is going to be me conceding the platform to you to explain what Bomberman Tournament is.
Oh.
Go on.
Okay. Right. Okay. Well. Right. Okay. I think the best way to do this probably would just be to let's change this. Let's change this to this. Okay. And if you just ignore what I'm drawing here, this is fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. Right. Okay. So, basically, Bomberman Tournament. Oof, it's too big. I just need to. Okay. So basically, right? Chat. Hello. I'm gonna teach y'all about what Bomberman Tournament is about, right? Okay, let me just get a blank sheet of paper here and let's describe this thing. Right. Okay. We all see the screen. It's a little nice and actually I just need to hang on. This is stuff that could have been done before a stream. It,
You know, Melody, I don't think you needed to change the entire format just to.
No, I need to
Just
explain
to.
to them what Bomberman is, and I need if I was to do this in real life, I'd need markers and whatnot and such. Okay, let's see. Okay, can we all see the screen? Are we all awake, class? Okay. You paying attention? Okay.
By the way, chat, this was not prepared. I have just surprised Melody with this one. I sprung it on her.
You got this, Dingus. One, he's called Bomberman. Okay, and he's coming, and he's coming down on a spaceship, and it's Pokemon, the age of Pokemon, and so he lands on a planet, I think, where he meets this little guy. This little guy is called Pommy, and he's like, I'm a cute little Carabon, and I hang on. I think you should save the world, Bomberman. And Bomberman is like, oh, that's pretty cool, Pommy. I'm gonna help you save the world. And so the two of them, they go, and there was just, and they go on their adventure, and they go to save the world. But the cool thing about Bomberman, right, and all the Carabons, is that it's a fusion mechanic. So like at most there's like 20 Carabons, right? But
To collect, right?
yes, I think so. So there's only like 20 of them, but there's this big machine thing, right? I think it's called like Hugo or something. I can't remember what its
You
actual
go,
name is.
girl.
I think something like that, right? And the idea is that you put some Carabon over here and some Carabon over here, uh, right? And then they confuse together, right? And then you get like a brand new Carabon, which I'm gonna do a very bad job of doing here. And I remember only a couple of them. Like the fighting mechanic was absolutely garbage. It was really really bad. Um, hang on, there you go. Basically, it was just like a boxing match. But of the ones I can remember, I will try and sketch out. There was Lightning Dolphin, who's like, "Ee," and he's got lightning powers, and Spiky Pommy, Elephant, and Snake. And that's
Okay.
it wasn't okay. No, like so the thing was right. Okay, I love learning. Wow. Like so the main game is just like Bomberman, right? You just like you lay bombs and it goes like that, and you're exploding things, and there's like a huge overworld to sort of explore, and like the Carabon. Hang on, sorry. There's my picture of a bomb, like a Bomberman bomb, and how it works, and it explodes like that, right? And you can upgrade your bombs, and you're killing enemies, and you're collecting coins and treasure and stuff, and there's treasure chests and an overworld to be explored, and it's all good, but so I think the Carabon was literally just like, oh, we could just stick Pokemon in the game. Why not? Just like as an afterthought. But it's really sad because collectively they're known as Carabonieri. Well, no, they're not. But like, it's really sad because they have such a cool idea here, which is fusion of critters that you collect, and they would give you
That's basically what Shin Megami Tensei was doing.
yeah. But like this was like 2000, I think.
2001. Actually, I have the stat. I have the numbers here.
'Cause this is Game
Actually,
Boy Advance.
I have the data here. It's been developed by the game was developed by Hudson Soft. It
Mhm.
was released on the Game Boy Advance in 2001.
Yeah, I knew it was around that time. And when did when did they do theirs?
Hudson Soft, 2001.
No, when did the other one, the Tennis Sensei one?
What?
You were saying that there was like that was in another game. Did
What?
you?
No, what are we talking about?
I thought you said that the fusion mechanic was in another game.
Oh, yeah, right. Shin Megami Tensei has
Right,
been around since 1992, and the
Oh, yeah, okay,
Megami
they win.
Tensei has been around since 1986. So, yes,
I remember
a
their
bit
mascot,
older
the
than that.
Hudson Bee. Yeah.
Okay, so to make it even simple, to make it simpler for everyone else, the Shin Megami Tensei is the series by which Persona would spun off.
Okay. So would you like to go back to the
Are
screen
you
and sort of
done with
explore?
your own mini presentation of Bomberman Tournament?
Yeah, I don't feel like I did it justice. We might have to just play the game at some point because it was pretty good.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But the idea here is that Bomberman Tournament had optional content that allowed you to do Pokemon essentially.
It wasn't so much
That's what you're
optional though,
trying to
because
convey.
well, no. It was more like it was an extra thing that was just sort of shoved in there because like each
Like I
each
said,
each new fusion would give you access to different things and be able to navigate the world. So sometimes it was essential that you fuse two things together to get a new thing that could help you like see hidden passages or be able to cut
Okay,
down
but
trees or
to make it
you know.
yes, but to clarify, this is a game where you effectively recruit or befriend or
Yeah.
collect little monsters and they
And
fight
then you
for you.
fuse them together in the horrible giant fusing machine. Yeah.
Okay,
That's so cute.
that is absolutely a basic that is absolutely a basic requirement for this to be considered a creature collecting video game. You see, chat, to back to my initial point, not you don't only get RPGs with monsters to collect. You also get Bomberman style games from time to time. It's a wide and wild world out there, wouldn't you agree?
True.
Okay, but let us get to the next special mention, which
Oh, hang on. Let me change the thing again.
oh yes, please do.
Well, you're not enjoying what I'm drawing.
I will look at what you're drawing afterwards. I'm not actually looking at the stream,
Sure.
but well, I'll look at it. I will definitely want to look at what you have been up to during your Bomberman tournament presentation.
Oh,
Tell me when you're ready.
yeah, we good.
Okay. So the next game in our docket is a bit of a more grim entry, unfortunately. Fey Tactics. Full name Fey Tactics, The Girl Who Destroyed the World. Now, I am fairly certain that nobody amongst you has ever even heard of Fey Tactics, which is to be expected. This game came out in the summer of 2020 on Steam and on Xbox, of all places. Nowhere else. It's a tactical RPG. Again, much like Pokemon Conquest, it is much closer aesthetically to Final Fantasy Tactics. And you do indeed collect monsters in this. Here's how it works. You have your regular party members, which is comprised by a roster of characters you meet as you advance in the story and characters you recruit if you do extra side quests. But then you also have your monster party, which is comprised of creatures or Fey, hence Fey tactics, the Fey in the sense of fairy, uh, in a diminutive of fairy,
Yeah, they know what
mythical,
Faye is.
magical, mystical creatures, an umbrella term for all sorts of mythical, magical creatures of folklore. You have your gremlins and your actual fairies, your trolls, your ghosts and goblins, your orcs, your nasty little phantoms and all that. You have all of that, all manner of creatures that you can collect. You collect them by defeating them in battle, and then, on occasion, they will drop a card that represents their essence. You get the card by positioning one of your units atop of it in the map, and then, boom, you have a new recruitable monsters.
I mean, that's kind of
Now,
cool. So it's kind of a bit like card capture.
yes, the main character uses cards to her advantages. She summons monsters with cards a la Yu-Gi-Oh, if you
Or
will.
card
And
captor.
she or card captor Sakura if you want. And she can also summon spells that affect the map or the enemy units with specific spell cards. It's very interesting. And also, on that note, it is also a game that does away with a lot of unnecessary steps when it comes to the interaction and the engagement and the gameplay. If you want to attack an enemy, you just click on it. You don't need to specify what kind of move you want to do to that enemy. You don't need to worry about that. If you want, if you every single character in your party comes with an attack move, a support move, or a defense move. To activate any of these free moves, you just need to simply click on targets. The targets being enemy units, party members, or your character or yourself. It's very simple and intuitive. It is, frankly, on the surface, one of the best tactical RPGs I've ever played. Unfortunately, and this really, and unfortunately, where it does excel in the immediateness of its engaging features, it fails in other aspects. That is to say, this game has some of the most long-winded, tedious maps ever concocted in the history of the genre. And I'm not even joking. There are some boss battles with odious gimmicks that have taken me close to 2 hours to beat. That's not okay. What's also annoying is that more often than not, you get multiple maps in a row. You don't just beat one map and then you go back to the world, to the main hub, and select the next map. Sometimes you get maps in a row, in a series of battles. So map, 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 and then boss, and then you're back to the hub world, and you can properly save the game. That's also slightly annoying and time-consuming. But the worst part about this is that the enemies do scale to your level to a certain point. On one hand, that's good because it means you can avoid grinding altogether and focusing more on strategizing, thus forcing you to engage more with what the game has to offer. But on the other hand, I don't know if this was a conscious decision or I don't know if this was a conscious decision or a terrible bug, but your characters have a hard cap. The level cap for your characters is 70, but the enemies keep on growing for some reason. If you hit that ceiling of 70, the enemies who have been scaling along with you will then surpass you and go from level 70 to 72 and 75, which is terrible.
Yeah, but at least it keeps it from getting boring. With like Pokemon and stuff, the fact that like it literally just ends after a while, and there's nothing you can do, and it's like.
Yes, but it's terrible. Yes, but imagine this particular scenario when you have hit that new game plus option and you want to replay the story and the levels carry over, including the enemy levels, and then your characters reach the cap of 70 less than halfway through the campaign, and then you are screwed essentially. That is something that happens.
It has been about an hour. I'm just going to call us a quick break and stuff, and we'll be right back with the next one.
Excuse me?
Well, it's been about an hour. I just need to go to the bathroom.
Okay. This is actually a good. Let me just finish with this one briefly, and then we can take a break. And I have 3 games left. We'll go through them fast enough. Okay. So, unfortunately, but that is not even the actual issue that I have with this game, and it's actually going to be a bit difficult to talk about it because it is an insidious problem that I think it's an insidious problem and a difficult topic to address, but I am going to I am going to have to measure my words as I say this. I think this game has an issue of representation or something along those ways. Let me just put it this way. This is a tactical RPG, right? That means you will find an evil empire to fight.
Yeah.
Look at every Fire Emblem game. There is always an evil empire to fight against, right? Typical typical tactical RPG scenario. They went out of their way to portray this evil empire as a fascist imperialist theocracy who's conducting an actual genocide against the fake creatures of the title. And the game is going to show them rounding them up, sending them to their death in the name of God and the Pope and whatever else you wanted to. There are very clear, very obvious real world parallels that they chose to that, that they chose to portray with this particular evil empire. Very real life parallels that you can easily pinpoint and basically and essentially they make this. And what's very weird about this is that every single person from this from this fascist, imperialist, colonialist theocracy, basically the Nazis, every single person in this empire is black.
Yeah, but like you can see what they were kind of trying to do. They're trying to do like a role reversal type thing to try and make
You can't.
yeah, I know, I know,
No,
I know,
no,
I know.
no,
It doesn't.
no, Mel. I mean,
I know, I know.
the moment you try to justify this choice is the moment where you fall into a deeper hole.
No, no,
I
no.
myself am
I'm just no.
struggling.
I'm not condoning it. I'm just saying that like I understand
Now
what they
let me
were.
now let me just add to this is that every single person from this empire is black, and they are the only people of color in the game. Every other human in the game that's not from that empire is white, including the
No,
protagonist.
but I mean, there was a movie that flopped a few years ago, where it was kind of like
I cannot hear you anymore.
sorry, there was a movie that flopped a few years ago that was kind of like that. It was
That's not. Yeah, this is not a satire, though.
no,
This,
that wasn't
you're-
it wasn't a satire either. But like I remember like asking sort of a couple of my POC so friends and stuff like what do they think of the movie and stuff, and they were just like I don't know, just I think there's yeah I just
it's difficult to. I have
I
to.
don't see
I don't
see
know.
what it
Okay.
achieves basically.
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know. Okay, so I don't know anything about the people who developed this game. They go by. Let me see. They go by endless. The team that okay, the team is a couple of people from New York City.
Oh, it's
They
from New
call
York.
themselves
Okay. That's
yes, Endless Fluff Games. And also, this game is a victim of bad timing because, like I said at the beginning, it came out in the summer of 2020. And do you remember what was happening in America in the summer of 2020?
Sure. Yeah.
Yes, I think we all remember the George Floyd protests. So to have the big evil empire, which is a theocratic fascist regime bent on killing a bunch of oppressed people, being black, being
Yeah.
made comprised of
Okay.
black people
I'm gonna.
does give a weird message. They did not stop. Why did they not stop thinking? It's weird to me that they did not stop for a moment to think how this would look like. And this leaves a bitter taste in my mouth, and this is also the reason why I cannot include this game into the ranking system. It's not the only reason. I almost completely forgot about this game existence up until 2 days ago, and by this point my ranking system was already locked and loaded. I could not have been able to add it even if I wanted to, but I don't want to add it at all because, like I said, it brings forth uncomfortable memories, and it's uncomfortable to talk about it because I am not quite sure what it is trying to say with this deliberate choice that they have made. So yes, this is the last time I will be talking about Fate Tactics this is probably the last time I'll be talking about Fate Tactics for the foreseeable future, and I just want to move on to something a bit lighter.
I'm just gonna go to the bathroom now. I'm gonna cool it.
Yes, go please. Sorry for keeping you. This is a shame, chat, because I think the game is good, if a bit flawed and tedious at parts. There is definitely merit to its design philosophies, and it is quite nice to look at. But I really cannot get over this weird decision that they made. It's been puzzling me for ages. Well, now. Chat, if anybody of you has to go to the bathroom, this is the perfect time to do so. It's not really their fault that it's not really their fault that, in fairness, the time window in which this game was released was not really their fault. They're just indie developers. They have no control over what's happening in the world at that point. But it is nonetheless, but that's really not the point here. It remains a bewildering choice to make. It's you have a fascist, theocratic, imperialist nation bent on killing everything that it hates. It makes real world parallels that are very obvious to pinpoint all across history, and all the bad guys are black. Now, there is a party member who is from this nation and is fighting against the oppressing regime, but that doesn't really make it better. It seems like the proverbial exception to the rule more than anything else. I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking. I was not a fly on the wall. I just find it weird that they never found anything wrong with this decision at any point in time during development. And also, you can't really defend this, and if you try to defend it, that might accidentally reveal things about yourself you do not want to be known. Because I have seen people who try to justify their prejudices by saying, "Hey, if history was the, hey, if history played differently, then the other guys would be the ones doing the racism." And yeah, okay, no shit, Sherlock, but that's not the fantasy world we live in now, is it? Uh,
Hey, I'm back. I'm just doing something with the. I'm gonna go grab a cocoa.
yes, okay, we have two games left, Melody. It's
Sure.
the heaviest part is done.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Uh, there. This. There. I think. Cool. Okay. Right. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna go get hot chocolate and I'll be right back. Mandy, Mandy,
Okay.
Mandy! Welcome back to the channel. We're still doing introductions.
Yes, we're almost done. We're almost done for today.
Yes, indeed, Mandy, 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 Mandy. Let me get that. Wow, this is just like that time that we learned things. Indeed, it was. Indeed, it was. Okay,
You,
okay. I
I'm
am back
sure
now,
you
and let's
certainly
go.
learned things today.
I'm getting prepared for work in between. Oh, that's okay, Mandy. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. What the hell are you doing at this time
Thank you
in
for
the
the
afternoon?
retention.
What's your job again, Mandy? Where are you going? Isn't it like 3 o'clock in the afternoon there? Or do I not want to know? Mandy's got her secrets. Ah, 8 a.m. Oh, it's morning there. Okay, never mind. Continue. Madhog, let's do these last three.
Okay, actually, it's last two, but actually, it's last two. So that's okay. So let's lighten the mood up a little bit by addressing a very special little gem of a title. Folklore
Never heard of it.
2007,
Is it good?
PlayStation 3 exclusive. Hey chat,
Ooh.
Folklore mentioned. Anybody excited about Folklore? Yes? No? Right. Folklore was developed by Game Republic, which is one of the many studios that Sony shut down because Sony, because corporations. You know how it is, you don't need me to tell you. Folklore was an interesting experimental title and a launch game for PlayStation 3. When some smart guy says PlayStation 3 had no games, show them Folklore. It will not shut them up, but it will at least make them go, huh?
Cool.
Folk. Okay, so I'm going to try. So I played this game. This is the. I think this is the oldest game in this entire ranking
Okay.
that I have ever played. I played this ages ago. I played this close to 20 years ago. In fact, I played this so long ago that I have almost no memory of it, and that's why I could not add it into the ranking. It's been too long. I would have to replay it to properly reevaluate it, but unfortunately, it's a PlayStation 3 exclusive that has not been released in any capacity, and it has a very specific gimmick with the PlayStation 3 controller, the 6-axis, which is used to capture monsters in an effective way that could not possibly be replicated by emulation
Okay.
unless you have
We'll just get to it
unless you
already.
have the original hardware.
What is it about the so what's unique about it? Like how does it?
Okay, so some of you might remember that Sony at the beginning of the 7th generation
Oh
tried
yes,
to
welcome.
yes. Some of you might remember how Sony at the beginning of the 7th generation tried to push a new hardware technology to facilitate immersion into the video games. The system Six Axis, which was included in the PlayStation 3 controller, would
What
allow
do you mean by
you to
six
simulate.
axis?
Yes?
What do you mean by six axis? What is six axis?
Six Axis is the name of the. Six Axis is the name of the. Six Axis is a motion control technology.
Right.
It
Okay.
was it's quite different from what the Nintendo Wii was doing at the time. You can essentially
So,
you would
so you
essentially
move the
be able
controller,
to
and that influences how you catch the monsters in the game. Is that what you're
basically
saying?
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Basic
Cool. Cool.
basically that's what you do in folklore.
Mm.
Six Axis did not have a successful debut. There was the game Lair,
It wasn't
when you are
successful.
supposed to
No.
control a dragon using that motion control, and it doesn't work at all. But in folklore, it functioned very well. Some might say even better than anything the Wii has ever put out. I would have to trust on their words because I have no way of remembering that. Essentially, when you latch on to the soul of a creature, you are tasked to shake the controller in a direction or another in order to butter them up, essentially. And eventually you'll be able to get them on you by doing this to get them, to bust them like ghosts by doing this motion with the controller, by doing a specific motion with the
Mm.
controller that allows you to add them to your collection.
I mean,
I
yeah, but
cannot. I cannot. It sounds cool. Yes.
I was just saying you could do that though with like Steam and like Steam Deck, or like with PlayStation controllers. So if it
Yes,
was
but
if it was to
yes,
do with
but
the place,
also
there's no reason
I'm,
they
I'm
couldn't
sure
port it
I'm
to
sure you
PC.
can, but again the problem is
Yeah,
you
they
still
didn't.
need a copy of Folklore to emulate at the very least, and at some point I might get one myself. I used to
Well,
have
it's
one.
not.
I
Yeah,
don't
I mean,
anymore.
at some point, I'm just saying that Steam might, like they might add it to
No, because you see, I think Folklore is one of those games that Sony wanted to bury because it was not a commercial success. So unfortunately, its fate
it. Okay, so
is
quick rundown. What's the game about?
okay. I was about to tell you Folklore. So Folklore is set in. So Folklore is about two people with different backgrounds who find themselves arriving at this island off the coast of Ireland,
Sure.
which has a portal to other worlds filled with monsters from Irish folklore.
That
You
reminds
are
me of So when I was younger and Gravity Falls had just come out and stuff, I remembered, so like I was trying to be quite creative as well, and so doing art and whatnot. Um, and I remember watching the series, and because it's Oregon that it's set in, right? And I was thinking to myself, wow, the creator's so lucky that he grew up in Oregon with all these fantastical, folklore and mythical creatures. I just live in smelly old England. Nothing exciting ever happened here.
you were very you have a lot of exciting creatures of folklore
Yeah,
as
no,
well.
that's right.
It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
that
yeah.
you
No, Britain is like steeped in it. It's drowning
yes
in like folklore and
between
mythology.
between between Ireland and the entirety of
I think
Great Britain, you have so many
we
creatures
were
that are so
also
interesting.
I believe we were also the first people to document crop circles as well. Also the first to admit faking crop circles. Not that those two are related. But
Okay, but the point is, you play as this blonde woman and
Mm,
this other guy, whom I can best describe as Otacon from Metal Gear Solid, but cool, like Dante.
yeah.
And the game itself plays very much similarly to the game plays similarly to a character action. To Folklore plays similarly to a character action game, except the moves that you use
Mm,
are the monsters that you capture. Because what you do is you capture a monster, you attach the monster that you have captured into one of the face button inputs, and then it's a move that you can spam against other enemies. And the more you use them, the more they grow in strength.
Okay, so yeah, you
So
got
it's
that
an
Pokemon
action
leveling mechanic.
RPG.
Yeah.
Yes?
I was just saying, so it's like the Pokemon leveling mechanic and everything, so it's like standard.
So it's an action RPG, effectively, where. So it's an action RPG, effectively, and with a unique monster capturing mechanic and a unique interesting system in which to implement the monsters that you get. And it's hard for me to recall more than that, but there were several twists and turns. The aesthetic was unique, the graphical sensibilities were interesting. It was one of the best looking games of 2007, showcasing the hardware capabilities as well as the software capabilities of the PlayStation 3.
Sure.
It was probably one of the best games to run on that system, which is not saying much, unfortunately.
Okay, major flaws with it.
Yes.
What were the major flaws?
Hmm?
What were the major flaws with it? Like, were there any, or so? Is it just positive sort of reviews for this?
I think this was one of those games that reviewed relatively well, but didn't sell at all. In fact, I think
Is it just a
I
lesson known?
remember this was I don't think the advertisement was very good. It's unfortunately because you know how Sony is. Let's talk about Sony, the company. Let's talk about how Sony entered the video game market. Everything that the company did was a reaction to what Nintendo was doing. Nintendo did not take that terrible deal that would have screwed them when they were going to make a console together, but they didn't. So Sony reacted to that by saying, I'll make my own Nintendo console with hookers and blackjack. And we've gotten the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, but look at it this
And
way.
everybody rejoiced for that.
They made
Nintendo,
Spider-Man.
yes. Not now, obviously, but
No,
back in the
but
day.
back in they made Spider-Man.
Okay, but aside from Spider-Man, Nintendo had handheld systems, right? Sony wanted a piece of that pie with the PlayStation Portable, and we all know how that panned out. Nintendo was doing motion controls. Sony wanted to do motion controls and take it even a bit further with 6-axis and augmented reality. And then also just ripping off the Wii remote later on. And also Xbox did that, but that's another can of worms. Nintendo had Pokemon. And oh boy, Sonic tried constantly to have its Pokemon. To this very day, they are embroiled in a patent war with Nintendo over Pal World because they wanted to have Pal World to compete against Pokemon. Everything that Sony has done wasn't merely about becoming a competitor to what Nintendo was doing. They have always wanted to drive Nintendo out of business, and this led to making idiotic decisions in the long run that cost them financially big time. They buried folklore, and the reason why they did bury.
Wait. There's
Yes.
some audio distortion.
Where?
What do you mean, Princess Amelia? Is it coming from Madhog or is it coming from me? Let me check what's going on.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
I don't know.
Uh-oh. Hello? Oh no. How much? Hello? How much? Let me see.
Well, now we're getting. Sounds like static. Don't know what it's coming from.
Okay. Let me just check let me just check the stream very fast.
Yeah, you do. You check the stream, and then I'll.
No, it seems fine.
Is it on your end?
Okay.
Princess Amelia?
No, I think okay. No, actually, I see something weird is happening because you are coming. Okay, I'm listening with I'm using headphones, and you are coming on one channel, but not both. You're coming on the
Really?
left side of my ear for some reason.
Oh. Let me try this. Is
Now
that
I
better?
hear the static too. It's weird.
Hang on.
There is a weird interference. Oh Jesus Christ!
Sorry. Is that better? Are you hearing me on both channels now?
It seems fine now. Okay, seems okay
Right.
now.
Oh, okay. I think I finally understand this
Yes.
I think I finally understand this microphone. I think literally one side is right channel and the other side is left. Which
Okay,
is
well, it
just,
happens.
insane. Rice Krispies. Pop.
Okay. So
It's fine.
in their in their purs- in so in their pursuit to compete, nay, to drive Nintendo out of business, they went all in into another franchise. They went all in with a certain franchise, which we are about to discuss now.
Okay.
So, a local app store which used to.
It's a video.
Do you hear the audio, by the way?
I do.
Do you hear?
I wasn't expecting a video.
Okay, let's listen to it, folks.
Okay,
So,
let's go.
A local app store which used to be selling video games back in the day, we're talking about close to 20 to 15 years ago, still had a couple of games and a couple of merchandise items on sale, which by this point in time had been promoted into vintage items, that is to say, now they are collectible items. They have a website in which they're selling them and everything. And naturally, since I live nearby, I don't need to use the website. So anyway, they had a few items behind the glass pane, so to speak. One such item I noted was this one. I've gotten this one for €5. Nobody wants this.
I don't even know what it is. What's Invisibles?
But I do.
It's Invisimals, baby. We are now going to talk about Invisimals, and
Sure.
you cannot stop me.
Oh, do you remember? Actually, you won't know what Bamzuki is. Actually,
What
no.
one?
There it is.
You have
Invisimals.
no idea what Bamzuki is, do you?
No, and you don't have any idea what Invisimals is
I
either,
don't.
so I have to explain it to you.
You remind me about Bamzuki though. Like Princess Amelia may have a faint, distant memory of it, but it, like oh yeah, I remember something, but I bet she doesn't remember them either. They're a very, very obscure British thing. Anyway, go on.
But okay, let me get down to business here and defeat the Huns, so to speak, because there is a lot that needs to be covered about Invisimals. Invisimals, not folklore, mind you, Invisimals was Sony's original attempt to dethrone Pokemon and Nintendo as well. Invisimals was a game that they pushed and pushed and pushed as hard as they could right out of the gate. They wanted it to succeed so bad. You have no idea. They made 5 games in this series. This is the third one. And naturally, they also made toys to sell on stores, in stores. And you've better believe they've also made trading cards. Again, commercially available. And at some point, there was an animated series.
Looking good, looking good.
This is
Got
a
a piece of
franchise
plastic
that
you can buy on the
existed.
wrist. That's pretty cool.
Let me put it this way: this series, what this meta franchise was not from that long ago either. It started in 2009 and then died a horrible death a little bit
We
more than
have
a decade
Pokemon at
ago.
home. Indeed, Princess Amelia. Um,
But
although
but
this is
I
making
wish
me want to like do my own tier thing. I'm gonna do my own tier thing, I think, on weird,
you should
obscure
do that.
beast shows that used to be on TV. Because I'm getting Zord. No, was it Zorbs? Zorgs? Dinozorgs? Or something like that. But
I think I understand what you
they were
mean. I think
giant.
it's that level.
They were giant. They were giant, like machine things, and you could make them and
Okay,
stuff.
but let me just
Uh,
contextualize all of this.
and
Let
there
me
was
just
like
context.
Beast
Let me.
Wars and yeah,
I understand. I get it. I don't
yeah.
remember the title either, but I understand what you mean. There were a lot of shows like this back then. Actually, this if you told me this show had come out in the late 90s, very early 2000s, I would have believed you. But it came out in 2010-ish. It was way too late for anybody to care about it.
Did you
But
know
let
also
me recontextualize
there was an anime?
everything I just told you.
Wait. This
Let
is
me
important.
recon.
This is relevant. This is relevant. There was an anime called
Yes.
Superbook where the main characters had a robot and they would go to biblical stories and learn about Jesus. It is.
I watched that. Yes,
Oh,
I
you
think
did?
I
Oh,
watched a
I
version
watched
of
it.
that.
I watched
Yes.
Superbook. It was pretty good. I mean, not really,
Okay,
because you can
so
never
the
change the
reason
past.
why
But
I know about it is because it's a co-production between Italy and Japan. Actually,
okay.
well,
And
I
the
don't know
reason
if it
I
was
know
Italy
about
per
it
se,
is
but it
because
was
my mom is
European.
super religious, and she was like, "That looks pretty Christiany. Let's get that." So it was that and Veggie
Okay,
Tales. That was
so
my. Hey.
let me allow me to recontextualize everything I just told you about this show by admitting something to you. The sources for both this picture and this other picture are from eBay listings.
Okay.
Would you like to guess the pricing tags
Well,
for
I'm
these
right. So
items?
I'm guessing that this was a limited thing, and they weren't made that they didn't make that much of it. So that means that they're quite rare. So I'm gonna go on the high end here and say maybe £1,000, roughly.
Entire packs of these cards were on average $20.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Individual cards were
Well,
$2.
I mean, no, tell me about
Let
it.
me
I've got freaking.
these
I've got.
toys, I don't think not a single
Ah,
one of
no,
these
you're not
toys
meant to
is
see all those
above
mess. Hey,
$20.
hang on.
I do not think any one of these toys, as rare as they are
Mm.
above $20. Again, what I said in the video, nobody wants this. Nobody cared about this. The lack of interest in this property was so through the roof, or I should say, under the ground, that they could not even become collectible items. They cannot even be profitable as collectible items anymore. But why, you may ask? Why is none of this profitable? Why do none of this merchandise can be sold at higher prices? The copy of the game I have, by the way, it was a new copy, sealed and everything, and I only paid €5 for it.
If you want to
Why
see
is
old,
that the case?
you want to see old archaic stuff, Madhog. Hang on. Let me.
But can I please go on with my train of thought, please,
This is Dual
before then?
Mastercards that I still have. Also,
Yes. Yes.
do you see?
Hello.
Do you see?
Okay. I'm not seeing. Let me see. Oh, are those Pokemon trading cards?
No. Although I do have those.
Are those Digimon trading cards?
These are Digi Battle card game cards. This is the first game,
Jesus.
the one that Tops made, and they broke it because they're not good at making the card games because they're a sports trading card company, not a trading card game company like Wizards of the Coast. But as you can see, it's got all of these ones, and this one, which is the best one. Anyway, continue.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say here, there is a reason why this franchise flopped so hard. There is a reason why this franchise flopped so hard. One of the reasons, well, the most obvious one was because it came out for the PlayStation Portable. And we all know what became of Sony's attempts to make their own handhelds. Regardless of quality, nobody was buying, and as such, nobody was buying this, no matter how hard they want to promote it. But there is also another issue that also, but there is also another unique issue about this series that puts it in a peculiar position historically when it comes to both video games and the technology surrounding video games, or indeed technology in general, because Invisimals was an augmented reality video game. Let that sink in for a second. An augmented reality video game that you play with your PlayStation Portable and a personalized cam and a virtual and an augmented reality camera attached to the PlayStation Portable and a copy of the disc. And you also have other gimmicks to consider, but you would essentially the idea was that you would go around in your house or outside looking for monsters to capture in the quote unquote real world
Oh
with
yeah,
your
like a
PlayStation
lot.
Portable.
Yeah, a lot of
This
people
was
tried that.
Pokemon Go before Pokemon Go.
Yeah, but we had like scanners as well. Like they've been trying to get that gimmick going for a while. But I wanted to show you something really really cool, Madhog. Okay, are you seeing on? Well, I don't know if you're seeing on stream. Probably not. I can start my. I don't think I can start my camera. But
Oh, I can see on stream.
okay,
What are
you
you
see this?
showing to me?
So this is a Palmon from Digimon Card Battle. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what the back looks like, and yeah, right. This is from the new game. Do you notice something?
No.
But they use the same art,
Yes.
right?
Okay. And
But the thing is that they do play completely different. There's no play costs in this one. They've got 3 attacks instead of no attack and DP in the new version. And they also don't have inheritable stacking sort of boxes, which they've got in the new cards. Now, this is really, really cool, but this is even cooler. So if in this set, right, you can get certain rare cards, alts, that are in the old style, but they're made to play in the new game, and they've just put the play cost you see in the little top box there. And so it's a fusion
mm-hmm.
of the old design sensibilities and the new ones. Isn't that cool?
Yes.
Just to tie like the old game to the new one. Hang on, let me.
Okay, but since we are on the subject, how much do these cost?
What these?
Generally speaking, as collectible items, how much do these
These ones,
cost?
the original ones, probably cost a lot. Like I am not getting rid of mine. I love them. New ones, it just depends what's in meta because it's a baby game. It's not very old yet. But I just
Hmm.
think, yeah, it is so cool that like basically they made cards to bridge the old game to the new game.
Hmm.
But it you can't actually, obviously you can't play Digimon card battle cards in the new game, but they kept the blue, which is kind of neat.
Okay.
But that is the difference. So this is Digimon Card Battle, and this is Digimon the Card Game. And this came out in 2022, and this came out in like 1999. And this didn't work because they were stupid and they went to Tops instead of Wizards of the Coast, like Pokemon did. Because Wizards of the Coast actually made a trading card game, and Tops made baseball trading cards. They did not have games associated with any of them, and they were like, "Oh, these rules are pretty cool. Let's ruin it. Let's just change the rules completely so the game is broken." But yeah, I think it's really neat. Anyway, I just wanted to share that.
Okay.
Continue.
So can you put me back on the bigger
Yeah,
screen,
yeah.
please? Grazie.
Let's switch
Grazie.
places.
Now, okay, so I wanted to make you understand how bizarre of. So in many ways, Invisimals was ahead of its time. Way they tried to do Pokemon Go before Pokemon Go. Ironically, this is the one time they were ahead of Nintendo on many levels. They went all in on the AR technology, but nobody really bought into it. They were perhaps too ahead of their times, and also the games themselves are close to unplayable. It's not that the technology isn't there, it's just that it is very cumbersome. It is extremely cumbersome to use. And to try and illustrate what I mean by this, this is where we get to the real presentation for tonight, and it is necessary a complete change of format. Melody?
Well, we've got half an hour, so
Yes, this is exactly what I need.
Okay.
So we're going to stop. I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop sharing this screen,
Okay.
and I'm actually.
You're gonna open
I'm
up
going
that
to.
tier thing where you can move them about
I'm
in tier 1, tier 2, that thing, right?
No, I'm going to turn on my webcam so that you can all see me. I'm turning on the webcam, baby.
Oh, it's a double face reveal! Oh my goodness!
It's not really much of a reveal. My face was already public.
Oh, there
a
you
long
are.
time before this.
Hang on. Okay. Give me a second. I need to. How do I do
Sacre bleu.
Oh no, I can just click here, I think.
This is the part of the
Hey!
show. Now, I'm doing this entire presentation basically off the cuff.
Sure.
Hopefully it will go fine, but I wanted to give you a smidge of an idea of how this works,
Okay.
because it's a fascinating experience, let me tell you. This is the PlayStation Portable that once belonged to my baby sister. She handed it down to me. And I have a cute anecdote about it because she used to play Invisimals.
I was going to say.
She used to play
Sorry,
the exact game I had, and there is the save file for that game still in this PlayStation Portable, and I can access the save file by playing the game, which is new.
Madre
It's a
Dios.
piece of memory. It's a piece of memory of my own backstory just concealed in this machine. Were you about to say?
No, I was just gonna say that you're nothing what I expected you to look like.
Like I said, there are pictures of me publicly everywhere.
Oh, Cable Man says Madhog looks exactly how I thought they were. Okay, so yeah, we've got difference of opinion there. Right. So
let me just grab the thing here. Okay. So this is the copy of the game that, once again, only $5. Ridiculous.
Hang on, Meets Automaton says I was expecting Madhog to look more like the Nostalgia Critic. You can't do that. It's not wholesome. We don't have hands on the stream. Okay, let's see. Open the goodies.
Okay, so this was a new copy. It was sealed in plastic and everything. Not used, new. Look at that UMD disc format.
Oh, the vibes, the nostalgia.
Now, we also have this little piece of paper here, but don't worry about it for now. Don't worry. So what I'm going to do is attempt, keyword
To run it.
attempt, to insert the the UMD into the machine.
This should be
Pray
good.
for me.
Oh well.
First, we're
Sending
going
you
to
vibes.
activate it. And let me just go back. Okay. Pray for me, chat. Okay.
Yes, we see it. We
Now
see
we're
it. Put
going
it in
to
the thing.
open it. We're going to open this. We're going to open it. Now, I actually had to look up how to insert this disc into this little fissure here because I was not sure. I think it's supposed to be like this. No?
No, it
Yes?
slides in, I think, doesn't it? Like a cassette, right? So you slide it in along the door.
Yeah, but you see, what you don't see is that there is this little bit of metal here that makes things less intuitive. So I'm trying to remember how am I supposed to insert this.
Chat.
No, it doesn't.
Send help, chat.
Send help, chat.
How'd you load a PSP?
Way? Maybe this way? Maybe. Oh, maybe. Is it going in?
Please don't break your childhood thing.
Please don't break. It's not my childhood thing. It's my sister's childhood thing.
Still,
well, actually, no. The game is new. It's just that there is the save file from my sister's in this machine.
I have to say, I'm delighted to see that your shelves too are filled with nonsense, just like mine.
Okay. I'm having issues. I'm having issues, chat. Chat, how do you insert the UMD? Chat, how do you do it?
Come on, Cable Man, Princess Amelia, Mito Tomaton. Come on, you're all here. Give the man a hand.
How do you do it? Help. No, it's supposed to be like this. Why doesn't it go in?
You're right. The thing about the Digimon cards, yeah, again,
boy.
and it's
Oh boy.
and these are dual master cards. They're even older. This was Magic. This is Magic the Gathering's attempt at making a gateway drug.
Chat, I'm going to look up how to insert UMD in PSP. I cannot believe I'm doing this, but how to insert UMD in the PSP. Let's see. I don't trust myself not to accidentally break this bloody gizmo.
But while we're waiting for the is Princess Amelia? I don't know. I never owned a PSP though. I bought a DS like a normal person.
Nobody owned a PSP.
I remember there was one person in my school that had a PSP, and it was like cool that they got to watch movies and stuff. But then you would be like, "Well, can I borrow it?" And they'd be like, "No." And it's like, "No, okay."
Okay. So.
But it wasn't the same with Game Boys, right? If you wanted to borrow someone's Game Boy, it's like, oh, can you borrow it for like lunchtime and stuff? It's like, yeah, you're my friend, here you go and stuff. But like PSP users were very protective of it. They were just, no, it's mine.
Okay, so okay.
I'm getting it. Sound good.
That does not sound good at all. Wait, let me just go back a little. Oh my gosh! Don't look at me, chat. Don't look at me right now. This is embarrassing.
They thought you'd break it because those things were like glass.
It's not broken.
Maybe.
That is the cover for the battery. That is the cover for the battery.
Oh no! They were saying why people, when I was younger and stuff, why people were never nice about. Cause I went to a boarding school, right? And so all those kind of consoles and stuff, like we shared everything and stuff, right? Because it's like, where are they gonna go? They're not, if they stole it, then you tell the boarding master, right? It's easy. But yeah, no, with PSPs, like that was the one console that never got
This is
shared
how
around.
it's supposed to go in. This is how it's supposed to go in, but it's not going in. I don't understand.
Well, I mean, don't force that.
This is
But...
maybe it's this way. Oh, yes!
Yes,
Finally!
success. Okay,
Finally!
let's put you
we
back
did
up
it!
on the big
We
screen.
did it, chat! We're back in business! We are back in business. Let me just put
I'm
this
gonna leave
screen
you
back.
to do this with the thing. Just give me a holler. I'm just gonna go grab me not coffee, a hot chocolate. But yes, I want to see it working.
Okay, so we are turning the machine on. The machine has been turned on. The machine is a bit too bright. Let me just... Yeah. No, still too bright. Still too bright. Okay. It's loading. It is loading. Oh, the game is starting automatically. I forgot Sony consoles do that. It's loading, chat. You probably cannot see it. Oh, we have the language selection. We're going to go with English. Going to go with... Listen at that PlayStation Portable ASMR, chat. Isn't that neat? Isn't that comforting? English. I did not think this through. I will admit. Can you see it, chat? Can you make out the images? I sure hope you can. Hold on. There you go. There's the game. There's the main menu.
The kettle's taking like forever. I decided to come back. Oh my goodness, it's working.
It is working. Okay, so the first thing you will realize upon gazing this game is that it's an FMV game.
Mm-hmm.
There are live action actors acting in cutscenes.
Oh, really?
And the cutscenes bridge up the gameplay. Let me show it to you. I'm going to start a new game.
Auto exposure is not helping you. Ah. Oh my goodness.
Okay. So sorry, chat. I have to write my name and
mini USB cable ports on the back. My goodness, remember mini USB?
I have to write the name here and let's see. What's the going to do this
micro
in the fastest
USB was the hot business, and now USB-C is the hot business.
Possible.
And what comes next? Nope, nobody.
Sure. Go. Yeah, I called myself Go for... And you know what? Actually, chat, I forgot something very important here. Because, you see, I have not installed the Go camera. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, 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 ho.
Wait, you got this all for $5?
Yes,
and
all
the
of this
camera
for $5.
And the camera came with it as well.
The camera is supposed to come with the game, otherwise the game is unplayable. But let me just mount it.
That is
supposed
crazy
to go here.
I mean, the components alone. Quello onegai? Homage? What does that mean? Be still my heart? Homage. Quello homage.
Now I'm saving the new game.
USB-C
then we can actually
is better than micro USB and much better than mini USB. Yes, this is true meat automaton, but when? For how long? Before it gets replaced yet again with USB-D. And we just go back to circles. Like, we're heading there. We're going there. We're in trapezoid, and then we went to the squished semicircle. Ah! sure. It's real. I know me, automaton. A video, indeed. You have found. Wait, what did it say? You found.
You have found Kenichi's diary. So if you begin this game by selecting the option you have never played this game before, it will start off with a full-on tutorial. If you don't do that, then you just get into the game. And unfortunately, the way the game starts is with a augmented reality hardware
Oh, that
mini
kind of
game.
makes sense. Okay, yeah, because it's like Pokemon Go. Because it's in real life, they wanted the cutscenes to be real life, and also that's cheaper to do anyway. Right, that makes sense, actually. Yeah.
I am not doing this mini game, by the way.
No.
Okay. Let's just get to the point. There is
All
no way I
yours.
can
I'm gonna go
actually
get
show
my
this to
laptop.
you, but okay. So here's how this works. Chat. The camera. There we go. Gaze upon my own face. My own face is a board for this puzzle to operate on top of. Freaky, isn't it? Wouldn't you agree? Okay, but let me just speed run through this, because there is no way I'm doing this mini game. It's too unwieldy to play. It is too unwieldy to actually play this game. Nobody should ever play it, and nobody probably ever will, because due to the nature of this technology, it is impossible to emulate, basically. So no one else could ever play it, and if there is no way to play it anywhere else, then there is no demand for this to be owned by anyone else. Hence why it cannot even be a collectible items. When I say nobody wants it, I do mean it.
Okay.
Okay, but here's what you are actually supposed to do. To capture an Invisimol, first of all, you are supposed to run your PSP to scan the room, looking specifically for a flat surface. Let's say my hand is a flat surface, right?
Okay.
You over the flat surface, and it must be horizontal. It doesn't work vertically, and that's already an issue. So you scan it, and then a monster pops up on your screen, like in Pokemon Go, right? And now you're supposed to catch it. How do you catch it? You need this piece of paper, which is the base. So imagine this. The hand is the surface. You have this as the base. You have the PlayStation Portable hovering over it, hover it, with the camera pointed at it. And then you have to play a mini game on the flat surface with this thing on, not going out of bounds, otherwise it doesn't count. And the mini game uses an amalgamation of the shoulder buttons and the AR technology. So you have to move and undulate the PlayStation Portable around like so. And it is absolutely garbage. I cannot even begin to tell you how unwieldy this infernal gizmo is. Unplayable. I cannot capture the second Invisible. I cannot progress into this game. And even the battles, you still have to have a flat surface with this on and this thing hovering on it and do the battles like this.
Camera still separate.
And you cannot divorce this
Apparently
from the AR technology.
The camera did come with the game.
The camera was with the game.
Yeah. Cable Man was saying cameras sold separately.
It's
can you imagine?
It's ridiculous.
How mean would that
it's ridiculous.
Be? Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's
well, I can see why
ambitious,
they were willing
but
to.
It's not fun.
Yeah, I can see why they were willing to package the camera with the game now, though, considering
it's ridiculous. It is.
I mean,
it is absolutely terrible. It is absolutely, absolutely terrible, and I will not be playing this game. I will keep it as a collectible items that has absolutely no value to anybody.
Sure, sure.
I will keep it because there is no point. I will make literally negative money by giving it away. Oh, I just failed the minigame because oh yes, all the challenges here, including capturing your invisible, they are timed. So all this so the game consists on you pointing this bloody gizmo on the flat surface with this base on top of it, pressing this button, moving it like a maniac to capture one specific invisible with its own gimmicky minigame, and on top of it, it is also timed. It has a time limit.
Totally.
I hate this. It's unplayable, like I said many times before. I will not be continuing with this. I could not put it in the ranking system because I cannot play this game, let alone finishing it, and that's why this will not make it into the final ranking. And
Fair
this
enough.
is it. This basically concludes my presentation. This game exists. It was ambitious and it was terrible. And someone else better than Sony figured out how to make it work on a mobile phone instead of this. Imagine you're one of those weirdos and losers who actually own a PlayStation Portable, and you are supposed to find invisibles around the world, walking around walking around the streets, holding this ridiculous little handheld like this. They will think you're crazy. They will not look at you like they will not look at you like you are a crazy person if you're using your own phone.
Mm.
But this is the PlayStation Portable.
Okay, so you've done your
Okay, I'm
you've
done.
done your presentation of all of them. So are we ready to move on to the rankings? Have you got rank or is rankings for another day?
Okay, no, like I said, this was the special presentation for the special. This was
And
the
it only
special
took
mention
3
segment.
hours.
Yes, like I said, this was the special mention segment. We'll be doing the presentation some other time, and
Okay. Fair enough. Fair
we
enough.
will not. We will not. We will. We. I will. Next time I come back, we shall be doing the real ranking system, or at least we will
Oh
begin
yes, hello,
doing the
hello,
rank.
Super Static Fox. Yes, this is what we look like. We did a double face reveal on this stream, and now I have hands, which
Yes,
I
in
am
one way or another.
I am
But
somewhat still
yes,
self-conscious about how I look, and I realize that my hair is a mess. But I've got
I've been subconscious about my airline since I turned 30. So in a small way,
I look
I
like a
get it.
scarecrow. I look pretty. I do not shush. No. Shush. You lies is what those are. They make me feel better. Those. Anyway. We could
So
do.
that's the end of it. So thanks everybody. Thanks everybody for joining us today. Next time I'll be doing the real ranking. We're going to have 22 games to go through. We will be doing it in chunks because it's unthinkable to do this in one go, in one Pokemon Go, if you will. You saw how long it took to do this special mentions. Nevertheless, we'll be seeing you next time. Don't miss it. You don't want to miss it. It's going to get wild, it's going to get weird, and I am going to get very angry. You do
Oh
not
wait,
want to miss it.
wait. Why are people showing up right now? There's 6 viewers, and we're about to finish. Let's just do in the unusual means. Okay.
That's a shame.
Okay. Let's see. Unusual memes. Oh, also, I've been working on my RPG Maker stuff recently.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay, right. So I'm gonna propose something real simple, right? It's like a Final Fantasy game, okay? And you're recruiting people as you go, right? And first
Yes.
one is mandatory because it's like a core party member, and then like there's just two characters, right? And you're just gonna you could recruit one first or the other first, right? Seems simple, right? Wrong.
Wrong.
It gets exponentially because it's not just that you have to program a different event for like an interaction, but you then have to do the opposite on the other side, and then for every single like cutscene for each one, there needs to be two paths, right? One with the character, one without the character, and it's not even just enough to do that because then you've got to like think, oh, what would they say if that had turned out this way, or if you went here first, how that would turn out that way. And I've almost closed both of them, like both the loops, so that they can converge again. But then you're still gonna have to consider, well, what if they never recruit that person? Although I am making like the core party mandatory, but yeah, it's definitely giving me a lesson in those
Game design.
Yeah, like choose your own adventure books. Not as simple. For real, did you lose
Not
weight?
as simple at all.
Aww.
Not simple at all.
Aw, Cable Man. No, I'm still a chunker. But yeah, I guess.
What is
Well,
did you
Cable Man.
lose weight?
Yeah.
Oh, you flatterer. Yes, I did lose weight. Thank you for noticing.
Yeah, by drinking chocolate all the time. That's why that was my secret.
Hey, I'll have you know. Well, I'll have you know, Melody. I'll have you know, Melody. The best women have always a bit of meat on them. That's not me saying it. It's science.
I kind of like what Cable Man said better, but okay.
What I'm trying to say is that beauty should not be monopolized by skinniness.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm trying to make you feel perhaps failing, so I'm trying to make you feel comfortable in your own skin.
No, you should tell me that I'm skinny and I'm amazing. That's what
you are okay. You are cute.
Thank you.
Does that work? Does that work? Does that work? Okay, cool.
Okay, right. Okay.
Beauty should be monopolized by access to rare memes. Do you want to screen share for the memes, by the way?
Oh, yes. Okay. Hang on. Whoa. Screen 2, I believe. Oh, no. Screen 1.
In fairness, one of the reasons why the presentation ran long is because you took an unexpected deviation with Bomberman tournament.
Nah.
And also there were frequent bathroom breaks, which is healthy, and so on and so forth. So if you cut all of this down, I would say that the presentation itself was about an hour long. In my defense.
No.
Here I am. I'm looking at it.
Well, I'm just sorting stuff out on the stream here. And already I've made a mess. I worked so hard to set everything up right for the stream, and I'm still auto-resizing stuff. Not auto-resizing, but you get what I mean.
By the way, I noticed the little picture you had on the bottom
what
left.
What picture? What are you talking about?
Can I have it?
Yeah, you can have it. I was kind of worried you'd be a little bit offended. I'll just show chat it really quickly. I'll just blow it up. There we go. That's the. That's yeah. That's what I was working on. Anyway, let's do some unusual memes. Let's watch them. Let's go. Oh, that was close.
Live, pasamos fútbol y si yo me
That's not funny. That happened to me once. Didn't feel good.
Cake. pick Soren's head. Okay? Yes. Through the floorboards. I hope this isn't gonna be another pratful video.
Motivation is the key. These specially designed exercises wake kids up to make them take responsibility for their lives.
Welcome to our suicide cult, everybody.
Si te va saliendo, a ver cómo es, cómo es. Mira, así mira. Como vikingo, ¿no?
No, no curva. Wholesome stream.
What?
No curva. No bliat. No puton. Oh, that's why the chicken crossed the road. I don't think that was part of the ceremony. No tab on Mac. No super butt. No Madre Dios. Okay, maybe a little Madre Dios.
Oh my god, igual.
George Jetson be like.
Okay.
I'm not even going to dignify that meat to tell me time.
6-5 to the board. There go another one. You happy?
I did come.
When you be playing dominoes on the pizza.
I beg, Central, lock this car now. I beg.
Ah, they learn how to open doors!
It's all over, man. We're not the dominant species anymore. The lions have learned how to operate doors. What's this? I'm not even gonna begin to unpick what just happened in that last one. I know.
I'm with the gang. I'm with the... Stop doing that shit. Like that, bro. What's wrong with you, bro? Why you push him that hard?
That's impressive.
Oof, oof, oof. No, that just oof.
You know how I get Walmart?
I foresee that becoming a meme in a few months. To replace it, have you got a license?
Enzo.
What the hell?
Many questions.
This bitch done lost her rabbit ass mind. This dumbass grown bitch done lost her.
I don't even know what was happening there.
Yes.
What? Dog. Oh, why?
Kai.
Good dog. Don't take no orders from no one. Gangsta chicken. Nice, nice, wholesome, cool. Oh no.
Muito resistente, complexo, robusto. Olha lá, ó. Eita, meu Deus.
This is a trash panda. Oh. You can put monitors in water though.
Bed just broken.
Like as long as they dry out, they're fine.
On top.
Hey, look like that.
The ping is trash.
Of my house.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Good dog. Are they gonna drive away? Oh, right. I guess. She was just taking a selfie with an old camera. Oh, it's the final boss. Ah! Fan cat.
This isn't a good idea, dude.
Kaden, it's fine. Dude, just get
This isn't a good idea.
Oh, God. Hey, trust your own body. Okay, sheep will wake up. Trust your own body. Anyways, getting late. Good night, everybody. And thank you so much for coming.
Right, we're done.
Yes,
We're done for today and for tonight. Chat, I will see you next week for the official beginning of this entire project of mine.
Yes. Thank you, everybody, and thank you for being. Oh, that's the wrong one. Well, what am I looking for here? Yes, thank you for coming to the stream, and we hope to see you again in another time. And I'll eat the new one. Yeah, yes, thank you. And finally, we can start the stream. That is okay. And we can start the ranking process as well. But thank you so much for being on stream, and thank you for not judging me because of my ugly face. And I will see you next week. I love you all. Remember, there's donating button down there, and you can put money in the money bucket. And the money bucket's got £1 in there that my friend Helen had put in there just to test that the money bucket was working. But the money bucket does work, and you can put it in like £1 if you want it to. Have a think about it next time. I'm not begging, but have a lovely night and a fantastic weekend, and all your dreams will come true, and you just do it, and raid ShadowCon Legends VPN.
Okay, Melody.
Yeah.
Okay, good night. Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Mwah, I kiss you. Mwah.
Mwah.